course, all eyes will be on the lights on the starting gantry. They're red, and as soon as they flick out, the throttle can be floored and away before it's gone red. To my eye, went the pole man.
Oh, did he ever go? He went about 4 seconds before those lights went out, and whether that will be deemed to be a jump start, certainly he gained an advantage.
Well, Charles Wirtz has lost out, so Gilles Magnus also made a pounce, number 26.
Contact. I thought it was sideways Audi just coming through the early part, but seemed to get it straightened up.
Elton's about to have the intake of breath. So Charles Wirtz been riding on board with him down to third position. Of course, we're going to message soon saying the start is under investigation. That is standard practice. Through the kink, up the straight they go to the top of the hill, to the Adelaide hairpin for the first time, and looking very busy is Timo Bogoslawski trying to go inside the sister Audi, but 87 Thomas Drouin keeps his nose in front, kicking up the dust on the exit of Adelaide. Down the slope they go, little curve there, but not much to be far beyond. But then we get to the Nürburgring S. Look at that, they'll be bouncing over the curves. Fantastic.
Well, Simon Gachet did what he needed to do, but he just did it too early. He went, everybody else was flat-footed, and he was up and gone. So I will be interested to see what the clerk of the course, race director, will say when he reviews that, because clearly it gave Simon Gachet a massive advantage in the number 11 Tresor by car collection Audi.
Right, the person who has made a gain is Timo Bogoslawski, has gone ahead of Akodis ASP teammate Thomas Drouin, so he is up into 5th place. So his teammate Raffaele Marcello going, well done Timo, keep on going, but keep it clean, keep it tidy. First 4 starting to make the escape. Simon Gachet from Gilles Magnus, Charles Wirtz and Pierre-Alexandre Jean trying to hang on. 99 braking heavily towards the end of the lap, and that's a nice tidy entry there from Nicolas Scholl. It's busy.
So if you can't find a way around the McLaren now, and he's looking up the inside and blocked. I mean, that was a pretty blatant block by Kavinsky, but Rossi has done the switch back, gotten ahead of the McLaren, but they're going to go down the hill side by side. And McLaren has edged its nose back into the front as they get down into the braking zone to come down into Virage du Lycée.
Well, there's going to be contact, and there it is, because come what may, Valentino was going down the inside, almost contact to the exit off the start-finish straight, and the Ferrari behind is going to gain on the pair of them. That's Ugo Delacour.
That type of blocking, contact with the Ferrari to deliberately stop it, trying to find a way past, all because of what took place going into the Virage du Lycée when Rossi and the McLaren were a little bit untidy, and that gave the Ferrari the run. So again, lots of things to be observed.
Well, look, he came from quite a long way back, but Krupinski left the door open, but then he has to close it because he's got to get around the corner. So there's contact there. He comes back onto track, nearly hits the back of Valle's car, and then, of course, he gets very close indeed to the front.
On board with Rossi, so he moves down. You can see the contact that occurred. Now, there's nothing deliberate in it, but that's what happens.
Now settling down past the pits, but at the front of the race, it's Simon Gachet leading all the way. Charles Wirtz suddenly picked up the pace. He fell down to 9/10 of a second. Down behind Gilles Magnus, then 7/10, but he's maybe kept his tyres a little sweeter than Gilles Magnus. That is experience side by side down the hill. Can he get another half car length because the track's about to go right? He's put his nose in front into 2nd place because surely, yes, Gilles Magnus realised I've been beaten, no point fighting it at that point. Well, that would be 2 cars in the gravel trap.
And this is the different perspective. So all a bit untidy as this battle goes on between the 2 Audis as they make their way down the hill once again.
Well, that's Nicolas Scholl trying to defend from the chasing, lunging, diving Matthias Drudi. Not close enough. Well, he is close enough. He's made it work. But this is the point the driver suddenly gets slightly blinded by the sun, and then through that final chicane. So 13th became 12th, became 11th, became 10th, now into 9th. They want to be as efficient as they can in the pit stop, but if they lose 3 seconds, who's there to pick it up? It'll be Dries Van Tor will move into the lead of the race. But let's not say ifs and buts. The last 2 cars still have to serve their pit stops, but for the front runners, it's looking neat and tidy. And here comes Dries Van Tor, and exiting the pit lane is the number 11 Audi. Will that tuck back in front? Yes, it will, but by about a second, I think. But again, you've got that staggered exit from the pit lane, and the Audi off. Dries Van Tor is into the lead. Team WRT take the bow yet again. That's excellent to consider.
Whoa!
Whoa, that was Casper Stevenson getting it just a little bit twitchy. You get it wrong on the approach to Estoril, and then you're into the dirt.
Did you say he was only 18 years of age?
19.
19? Oh, well, 19. Well, at 19, you shouldn't have made that type of move. But look, he's a kid, for goodness sake. And he made a move. It was a very ambitious move, and it nearly caught him out as the Audi exits from the pit lane, and he thinks about it. Can I make a move? Here, the back end drifts around. Gets out of the gas, but has to go wide on the exit, so the left side of the tires are going to be Well, in fact, all 4 times are going to be choked.
Just in front of Christian Klein, and only just. And the ex-Austrian Formula 1 driver will be trying to gain positions. One person who is doing that is Fred Vervisch. Don't forget that was the car that had an extra 10 seconds at a standstill in the pit stop. And Christopher trying to build on whatever was given to him by Valle.
Fred is not going to give it up going into the Nürburgring again. He's got the car into 18th. That should be now 17th, finding a way around the Mercedes. So Fred Vervisch, we know, class act.
I think back to some of the races here. The night race on the Saturday, full darkness on the circuit. Quite hard for the camera crews to pick them out. It's very dark, so again, Fred Vervisch didn't need a second invitation and picks off Chris Froggatt. He had the speed, found the place to make it.
Can't keep the Audi S tight in the middle of Estoril as Marcello can do in the Mercedes, and again the speed off the corner, marginally to the advantage of Marcello, but on the straight, only for the first time really, Christopher Haase using the middle of the racetrack to try and deny Marcello, who comes out that little bit quicker over the curve for Christopher Haase. Now, can he do anything into Nürburgring? It'll be a brave move. He's got more momentum. He's got alongside. He's going to go through. Yes, but Haase's, he had to. He had no choice.
He had to just lift that tiny little bit, and it was a real freight train coming down from the top of the hill from the Adelaide hairpin. Better exit. We've seen the punch of the Mercedes out of the Adelaide hairpin, and again at 180 just seems to have the grip and the traction and the shunt out of the corner, used it to its fullest. But those were 2 pro drivers knowing when the battle was won. Taking a look as they came down the hill, how close would you like your driver to be over second place? That could have turned a little bit rough and ready. And you know, not a little battle at the back of the field. That's Cedric Spirazzuoli, I think, about to be passed by Christian Klein. The black and gold McLaren should have the outside line as they sweep down to the penultimate corner. But Spirazzuoli, the driver from Monaco, is going to have to back out. He does. So Christian Klein up to second place in the Pram class, and he covers it and gets a blast up the back, a little bit of a push. We're into the final minute of the race. Charles Weerts watching the middle of the screen, and team boss Vincent Vos, they've watched this car win so many times. It's been a phenomenal pairing, phenomenal team. 2 corners to go. I just want to show you how the advantage of the front 2 has stretched. Christopher Haase is now 5 seconds behind Raffaele Marcello down the hill from Chateau d'Eau, with nobody too close in front of him to interrupt his form. Comes Dries van Toor. Charles Weerts started from second, got moved back to third, worked his way back to second before the pit stop. Team WRT, a brilliant turnaround the fast of all, and that is why they've taken the checker flag. Dries van Toor in front of Raffaele Marcello, and that, you can see, means a whole lot to WRT. 2 seconds in the sprint rounds at Brands Hatch, but a win. That's what they wanted, and that's what they've got at Magny-Cours. Let's take a look as the race that started in the bright light fell to dusk here at Magny-Cours. Team WRT, Charles Weerts started, Dries van Toor took over, and the result was victory by 3.138 seconds from the chasing Raffaele Marcello in the number 89 Mercedes at the end. Simon Gachet was a real star in qualifying, but he and Christopher Haase had to make do with third place, but valuable points for their team.